Hello everyone. Today we are going to be building a Turnitin assignment in Blackboard for your dissertation students. Go ahead and log in. Go to your $8.99 section for dissertation. And I like to do this in the Start Here button. The reason why is when your students log in and go to their dissertation section, this is the first screen they're going to come to. And I'll show you that later. Go over to Assessments. Come on down here. The fifth one is Turnitin Assignment. Click that. And then you're allowed to choose between the type of assignment you're wanting them to do. Since dissertation is a paper assignment, we're going to just leave it like that and hit Next Step. Now, I like to title this something that the dissertation students are going to know. It's a dissertation Turnitin, and you don't have to worry about a point value because we are not grading these papers. We are doing this so that we can get a similarity report, and so that your students can go through that report and start working on fixing quoted errors and paraphrase errors and so on and so forth. Now the start date should always be today, unless it's an assignment you want to go further out, but this is for dissertation, so yes, today. Post date, I always do for the following date, that way there's no delays in getting anything posted. And the due date, right here, this one really depends on you, but for myself, I like to make sure that dissertation students can get to this area that we're building all semester long. So you can take it to the end of the semester, or I like to even give them an extra week or so. And that's just so that it will, if they come in here to try to upload it and find out that it doesn't, that's kind of one of their little reminders and tip-offs that they're not yet enrolled in spring, even though I know they came into a fall course for dissertation, but sometimes they forget to get enrolled. So if this was spring, again, if this was a spring course, instead of taking it out to just May 30th at the end of the semester, your dissertation students are going to be working on their dissertations all summer long. But they don't have to be enrolled during the summer unless they're going to graduate during the summer. So I leave this out to August for a spring course, just so that they have access to this Turnitin and getting a similarity report all summer long, at least until their next class will populate. And their next class will populate about 2 or 3 weeks prior to their next term. So that's the only reason why I choose August, but for a fall class, January 5th is perfectly fine. Now, open up the optional settings with this plus button, and you can enter student instructions there. I like to tell them that this is where they can upload their dissertation and receive a Turnitin similarity report with a percentage. They may upload and overwrite their dissertation as many times as they like. The first time should take approximately 20 to 30 minutes to populate your report. I will come back to that in just a moment. Allowing submissions after the due date, I'm going to keep that as no, because that due date is there specifically. I wanted it there so that they are not able to upload it after that point, and it will give them that extra reminder, hey, you're not enrolled in spring, or go to your other section if it's populated. You want every submission to populate that originality report, so that should be a yes. And again, has 3 different options. It could generate the originality report only on the due date. Well, that kind of seems like it would take forever. Instant gratification is what students want, so keep that in mind. They can immediately get the report, but the first one's final, or they can get it immediately and they can overwrite their dissertation as many times as they want, and each time it will produce another similarity report. That's the best option because there are times when a dissertation student will upload the wrong version and they will have to turn around, delete it, and start another one, or just overwrite. That's usually easier, especially if you've made any changes in the system on theirs. Now, excluding bibliographic materials, that's just their first few pages about them, about their dissertation, acknowledgments, all of that. Most of the dissertations are set up and formatted the exact same way, so we're going to go ahead and exclude that in the similarity index. You're still going to see it in the report, but this will exclude most of that out of the index itself. Exclude quoted materials. This is a little misleading. If the only quoted materials that it's going to be excluding are the ones that are done correctly. It will catch if somebody has quoted something but didn't put a page number, or if maybe they paraphrased something but they only changed 2 words in a sentence. This is going to check against all that, and it'll catch those things. Excluding small matches or small sources, I put no. A good rule of thumb is 3 words or more that are from a source, used consecutively from a source, should be quoted. So they either need to paraphrase those better or quote them and make sure to put the source, cite them correctly in the in-text citation. Allow students to see the originality of reports. Absolutely. There's no reason to even build this section in your dissertation section if you don't let them see that. Reveal the grades. We're not grading this one, so we don't really have to worry about that. We want to make sure that all the papers are standard, set to standard paper repository. Yes, you can do the no repository, but honestly, does that really help them? This way it guards against other student paper, or checks against other student papers, periodicals, journals, everything that's out there on the internet, and so on. Grade mark, I don't use that one, to be honest, and I also don't use this enable grammar checking. That might actually be useful if you have someone that's English as a second language, but again, I'm not real positive on that, so you'll have to check on that information. Saving this so that you don't have to keep going through these options over and over. Just check mark that box and it'll save forever until you make changes again. Click submit, and you have your successfully added receipt right there. Click OK. And there you go. So when your student comes into Blackboard, they'll click on their dissertation section, and boom, automatically they're right there where they need to upload the dissertation. No looking around, no frustration, everything's easy. Now, something to keep in mind, let me at least go this direction. They will then put their first name, last name, and the submission title, the title of their dissertation, and then they can choose from their computer, go to the location of where their dissertation is, and open and attach that, and they'll click the upload button. What I do want to show you is if you are trying to upload somebody's dissertation for them so that they can see it on their end in their Blackboard, you do not want it to say non-enrolled student. You want to make sure that you have one of your students listed. If no students are listed here, this is how you fix that. Go over to your control panel, to Course Tools, down here to TurnItIn Assignments. There's your TurnItIn assignment box. Over here is roster sync. If you synchronize that roster, it's going to pull in every student that is enrolled in this course. So now, anytime you submit, you can just go down to the name, type in the title of their dissertation, and choose from this computer make sure that it's not still sitting in your email. You're going to want to save that to your desktop or someplace else. Other than that, let me at least show you what the similarity report looks like when one is ready for review. After the student uploads it, let me go, actually, you've got to go through your course tools to see it. So go to Control Panel, Course Tools, TurnItIn Assignments, Dissertation, TurnItIn, and then this is what a similarity report looks like when it's ready to view. You can click on the 13 or the green line. That line can be green, yellow, or red. Yellow means there's still work to be done. Red means there's a lot of work to be done, or it's matching another one of their papers, which is not uncommon during the course of a PhD student's coursework. Their professors will have them working on different parts of their dissertation, and that's usually done as an assignment, and they will be uploading those bits and pieces. So sometimes you'll go in here, you just click on that, and over here is where all sources are, and this will bring up where all your matches are. Now, if this number right here was a really high number, like 25 or up, most likely it's matching one of their own papers. One of the ways, if they had it formatted as the title page of a dissertation, if their name is highlighted, it means it's a match to one of their own papers. If it's not, then it's probably matching somebody else's paper or one of their papers that they didn't have set up with a title page like this. So that's just to kind of give you an idea. Now, close that out, because we will go through reading a Turnitin report, similarity report, at another time. Other than that, that's what we've got today. Thank you.